My roommate sold his car, then expected me to be his personal Uber driver, so my roommate Jake has been obsessed with this DJ for like 2 years straight. His entire personality revolves around electronic music, and he's constantly talking about going to festivals, showing me Instagram videos of people at raves, and playing the same bass-heavy tracks on repeat until our neighbors complain. Last month, he made what I thought was the stupidest financial decision I've ever witnessed. He decided to sell his car, a decent 2018 Audi that his parents helped him buy, just to afford VIP tickets to some music festival in Vegas. I thought it was completely insane. This guy relied on that car for everything. Getting to campus, his part-time job at Best Buy, grocery runs, everything. But it's his money and his life, so I kept my mouth shut and watched him post it on Facebook Marketplace. The problem started about 2 weeks later when reality smacked him in the face. He suddenly realized he'd also need money for flights, hotels, food, drinks, and spending money for that entire weekend. The VIP tickets were just the beginning of his expenses, but now he also had zero transportation. That's when I started getting desperate texts every single morning asking for rides to campus. At first I said sure, thinking it was just temporary until he figured something else out. Maybe he'd buy a cheap used car or work out carpooling with someone else in our program. I figured he'd be embarrassed about the situation and try to fix it quickly. But then it became this daily expectation that he never even acknowledged as a favor. Every morning at exactly 7 a.m., he'd knock on my door expecting me to drop everything and drive him to campus. He wouldn't even ask anymore, just ready to go, like I was his personal chauffeur. The thing is, our university is about 20 minutes away from our apartment, but with a detour to his building and finding parking in his area, it adds another 30 to 40 minutes to my entire commute. I'm literally spending an extra hour every single day being his transportation. And here's what really got under my skin. He never once offered to pay for gas, not even like $5 here and there. He'd just hop in my passenger seat, immediately connect his phone to my Bluetooth, blast his electronic music, and act like I owed him this favor because we split rent. Meanwhile, I'm watching my gas gauge drop every day while he's saving money for his Vegas trip. The breaking point came last Tuesday morning when I was running late for work. I told him I couldn't give him a ride because I needed to be at the coffee shop early for inventory. He immediately got defensive and said, "Come on, bro, you're already driving there anyway. It's literally not that big of a deal. Just drop me off first." That's when I completely lost it. I reminded him that selling his car for concert tickets was his choice, not mine, and that his poor financial planning wasn't my responsibility to fix every single day. He got super mad, called me selfish and a terrible roommate, said I was ruining his education, then stormed out, slamming the door so hard our neighbor's dog started barking. We didn't talk for almost a week after that fight. 3 days before his big festival weekend, severe thunderstorms were forecasted for the entire Vegas area. The festival organizers canceled the event citing safety concerns. No refunds, no rescheduling to a different weekend, nothing. Jake was out $3,000 with absolutely nothing to show for it except a worthless email confirmation. He came crawling back to my room, knocking on my door with this pathetic, defeated look on his face. He asked if I could give him rides to job interviews, since he desperately needed work to cover next month's rent and had already spent his savings. I looked at him, then smiled and said, "The bus stop is right outside our building, same one you've been using all week." The look of pure defeat on his face was absolutely priceless.